Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Darwin Football Association 1984 Grand Final for senior game between South Burnie and Yolla. Yolla side just about to run out onto the ground. South Burnie been out there for a minute or two. Yolla go into this game as favourites. They've won both encounters during the roster season rather convincingly and have the form as finals performers. South Burnie snuck into the four, then as underdogs soundly defeated Yeoman, and again as underdogs last week soundly defeated Caprona, and from that point of view must be rated a chance, seeing they haven't been given a chance so far, or to even get this far. Umpires for today's match. Umpires Gibson and Hart. The toss of the coin going on at the moment. South Burnie won it. That's the third toss I think Gary Cross has won in this final series. And he's decided to kick towards the cemetery end, and Yolla will be kicking towards Bass Strait. Siren goes, umpire blows the whistle, moves in to start this 1984 Grand Final, Darwin Football Association. Darren Jackson gets the tap out. There's a free kick being paid to Yolla. In the back was signalled by the umpire, and taking that kick was Craig Walker. His kick up onto the half-forward line. Dennis Munro. Grant Wells with the ball. Hand passes on to Glenn Jackson. Glenn Jackson kicks along the wing towards Craig Breakey. The ball passes Craig Breakey and runs over the line and out of bounds. Boundary throw in on the centre wing position. Free kick paid to Darren Jackson against Kevin Frankham in the ruck. The kick to the half-forward line in front, Laurel Gardam takes the mark, plays on a poor kick, knocked on there by Robinson of Yolla. Kicks forward, Jake Robbie, poor kick along the boundary line. Oh, around the neck there for a rather crude tackle. The kick goes to Grant Wells. He kicks to Dennis Munro. Munro goes back, looks, kicks to the centre wing position. Gary Cross there in the front position, outmarks Kevin Frankham. Kicks towards the centre of the ground to Kerry Beswick. Beswick marks, he had that yard there. Just inside the square, looks for somebody. Yes, it's his brother. Could have got a free kick for in the back, not paid. The ball's forced over the boundary line. In the half-forward flank position for South Burnie. Free kick to Kevin Frankham. His kick towards the half-forward line for Yolla. Yolla plays in front. Paul Walker shepherding. Back, Paul Walker has the ball. Then passes to a teammate. Kicks into the pocket towards Jake Robbie. He's taken out. Dennis Ayton run into by a couple of players. He's paid the free kick, but the umpire's called play on. Darren Jackson in front. Fails to take the mark. Taken by Yolla. Hand pass to nobody. Some fairly heavy tackling going on there. Nigel Beswick with the ball. Kicks to the half-forward flank. Craig Breakey in front. Fails to take it. A lot of South Burnie players there. Number 10 for Yolla, Jock McCready, kicks the ball off the ground. His kick goes to Adrian Walker. He kicks to the space. Kevin Frankham and Darren Jackson Frankham has kicked the ball. The umpire's paid the mark to Paul Walker. His hand pass back to Kevin Frankham. Frankham's kick to the half-forward line. That mark was taken by Squinter Saltmarsh. A short kick in there to Graham Hoare on the half-forward line. A 15-metre penalty's been paid. And Graham Hoare in an ideal situation to put the first score on the board for Yolla. Graham Hoare makes no mistake. Yolla move on. 1 goal, 6 points. South Burnie yet to score. And there's a free kick instead of the centre bounce paid to Yolla for an infringement by South Burnie. Ball knocked away by Dennis Munro. Dennis Munro with the ball. The umpire calls for it, and I'd say he'll bounce it. Bounce just on the Yolla side of the centre. Darren Jackson had the tap out. Richie Ballinger with the ball, tried to get the hand pass out, but it was smothered. Paul Walker with it. He tries to get it out. Richie Ballinger in there again. Gets his kick. It's a short kick. Gary Cross takes the mark. Hand passes on to Nigel Beswick. Nigel Beswick, in all sorts of trouble. Nearly has had his head knocked off. Kick over there by Doug Frankham. His kick went to Jake Robbie. A wild hand pass taken by Dennis Munro for South Burnie. Kerry Beswick in front of Laurel Gardam takes that mark. Big kick. Mark Summers, nearly had the mark in the middle of the pack. The ball is kicked in danger, and the free kick is to go to Yolla. Kick out to the half-back flank is marked by Kelvin Robinson. He goes on quickly, but kicks to Kerry Beswick. That's Beswick's third or fourth kick. Could be in for a dominating game for South Burnie. His kick right up towards goal. Taken by Craig Brakey, and it's a goal. Taken off the pack by Craig Brakey and kicked through for that goal. And South Burnie, 1 goal, 6 points. Yolla, 1 goal, 6 points. And the pressure's definitely on out here. And the bounce after that goal. Scramble, Gary Cross in there with the ball. And he's got the free kick. No, the free kick actually went to Derek Whittle, who's on the ground in place of Darren Jackson. They're using the interchange. South Burnie. Derek's kick up to centre half forward. There's a free kick being paid to South Burnie. And Glenn Jackson played on there and kicked towards goal and scored a point. South Burnie moved to the lead, 1-1-7. Yolla, 1 goal, 6. Kick out from the Yolla full back to the half-back flank. Jake Robbie up there. Fails to take the mark. Kicked out of bounds by number 49, and that's Robinson for Yolla. Ball comes back from the car park. Derek Whittle with the kick. Not the best of kicks. Over the head of Laurel Gardam, tapped on by Nigel Beswick, but it's taken by a Yolla player. He's out to Jake Robbie to Paul Walker. Paul Walker takes the mark, runs on, kicks towards centre half forward. Free kick there to Grant Wells, but the umpire rightly called play on as Kevin Creedon kicked the ball to Richie Ballinger. Some good umpiring here at the moment. Mark Summers with the ball, runs round, big kick at goal. Michael Beswick in the pocket. And the ball bounces over the line and out of bounds. They're doing well, these umpires. They're letting it go. Throw in there. Paul Walker punches it away. Neville Gardner gets it, screws it back. And the mark's taken by Michael Beswick. Slips catch. Took a few of those last week. Mick Beswick offline there. 1 point. South Burnie 1-2-8. Yolla 1 goal, 6 points. Kick in to the halfback flank again by the Yolla fullback. Gary Cross in front with the ball. Shoots to goal. And it's there. It's there. It's a goal. A beautiful kick running away from goal by Gary Cross and right through the middle. South Burnie 2 goals, 2 behinds, 14 points. Yolla 1 goal, 6 points. The bounce down in the centre after that South Burnie goal. Knocked away by Glenn Jackson. Tapped further on by Gary Cross. Kevin Frankham in there. Hand pass out. His hand pass went to Adrian Walker. He's kicked towards the half-forward line. The mark taken by David Robinson. Put down after he kicked it. Punched on by Craig Breakey. The ball's taken by Kerry Beswick. A big kick up into the forward line. Craig Breakey with it again. Tries to kick the ball and he's been paid the free kick. I'd say it was for holding the man, although I thought he was in possession and he in fact attempted to kick it. But as I was told during the week, the umpire's always right. Craig Breakey comes in. Another goal to South Burnie. Of course, they need to be kicking these goals. They're kicking with the advantage of a wind, which, as in the last few weeks, would be at least 4 or 5 goals. But South Burnie playing good open run-on football too. A big crowd out here for this game today as umpire comes in to bounce the ball after that third South Burnie goal. South Burnie 3-2, Yolla 1 goal. Glenn Jackson with the ball. Kicks towards the half-forward line. Gary Cross from behind. Craig Breakey in there. But it's kicked clear. It looks like could have been Calvin Robertson, and in fact it was. Throw in half-forward line for South Burnie. The punch, Adrian Walker, I think, got that punch, but it went straight to ground, and there's a free kick being paid to Kevin Frankham. He tries to play on and could get caught. Yes, it's a poor kick. Went to Nigel Beswick. Between centre wing and the half-forward line, his kick centering the play. Taken off that pack by Neville Hoare. And bursting through the pack is Ricky Tapp, and a beautiful goal. A beautiful bit of football there. Made the space, swooped right through it with the ball and kicked that ball right through the middle, and that's another goal to South Burnie. South Burnie 4-2, 26. Yolla 1 goal, 6 points. Paul Walker was caught there in the middle of the ground, gave the free kick away. It's the second one of those been paid in this game so far. Buck Taylor with the ball, being chased by Kerry Beswick. Tapped on by Buck Taylor. Ricky Tapp comes through, scored that last goal. Oh, and he's dealt with rather solidly, but play on. Kevin Frankham with the ball and passes it out to Laurel Gardam. His kick towards the centre of the ground. Glenn Jackson takes the ball, takes the mark, goes back for his kick. Beautiful big drop punt onto the forward line. Punched away by the Yolla defence. Craig Breakey hand passed it out. Unfortunately, South Burnie couldn't get it. That kick was taken by Yolla. Kicked on. Number 30 is Doug Frankham. He was caught with the ball as Yolla fellas going everywhere. Laurel Gardam takes the mark unopposed. Looks for a teammate, kicks right towards the other side of the square. Dennis Munro fails to take the mark. Neville Hoare on the bottom of that pack. Paul Walker takes the ball, kicks towards the half-forward line. Taken there by Steve Turner, I think. No, it was Squinter Saltmarsh. His hand pass on, and there's a box on here right on the centre wing position. And they're going, and there's some really good punches being thrown here. And this looks like it could go on for quite a while. Yes, they're going everywhere. A few players quietening things down. Jake Robbie and Kevin Creedon in there. Meanwhile, the play is going on. Pack's breaking up. South Burnie, Richie Ballinger with the ball, heading towards goal. Nobody home for Yolla, and straight through the middle, and it's a goal. South Burnie 5-2, Yolla 2 goals. Well, a stirring start to this Darwin 1984 Grand Final. You could see all the action there. It was a little bit more like TV ringside than a game of football, but I think that goal probably brought a few of the players back to earth. Bounce of the ball, Nigel Beswick with it. Oh, yes, gets the free kick paid against Neville Hoare there. It was Graham Hoare, in fact. Richie Ballinger in there. Coming through, Jock McCready. Yolla fumbling quite a bit. Tackled too high on Neville Hoare. Neville Hoare with the kick. Kicks to the forward line. Punched away by Dennis Ayton, but the free kick for in the back to Grant Wells for South Burnie. Score, South Burnie 5-2-32. Yolla 2 goals, 12 points. Dennis Munro fails to take the mark. Paul Walker in front. Paul Walker has the ball. Hand passes it out. Jake Robbie gets the ball out to Neville Hoare. Neville Hoare kicks forward to Neville Hoare. Gets the free kick for in the back. Kicks forward. Craig Walker has the ball punched away by Dennis Robinson. Kevin Creedon gets the free kick for holding the man. Grabbed while not in possession. Kevin Creedon goes wide towards Glenn Jackson. Jackson there, Adrian Walker on the mark. Mark Summers fails to take it. Recovers beautifully. Big hand pass to Richie Ballinger. Ballinger breaks away. Left foot kick towards the centre half forward position. Kerry Beswick in front, but the ball's punched away. Laurel Gardam pushed as he got the kick, and it went straight to Mark Summers. Mark Summers takes the play right back to the forward line for South Burnie. Play a long way away there. Michael Beswick with the ball and has kicked the ball out of bounds on the full. Free kick to Yolla. South Burnie will need at least 2 more goals, I would say, to be satisfied with this quarter. They're kicking with the advantage of a very strong breeze. Kick out from the Yolla fullback. Robinson to the half-back line. Kick further on. Out of bounds on the full, in fact, and the kick to be taken by Ricky Tapp for South Burnie on the far wing. His kick towards centre half forward. Jake Robbie, I think, with the ball. Kick that to Graham Hoare. Graham Hoare, a very poor kick towards Glenn Jackson, but the only man who kept his eyes on the ball all that time was Craig Walker. His kick wide, very wide there to Buck Taylor. Buck Taylor kicks to the half forward line. The mark's taken by Doug Frankham, I think it was, yes. No, it wasn't. It was Junior Keegan. Left foot kick. Very awkward looking kick. Grant Wells takes the ball. Hand passes to David Robinson. And the ball's lost. Taken there by Paul Walker. His shot for goal straight across the ground. And out of bounds on the full. Yes, out of bounds on the full. Kick to be taken by Ross Plapp. His kick to Dennis Munro. Graham Hoare on the mark. Munro's kick towards the centre position. Kevin Frankham. Robinson. Jake Robbie. Players everywhere. The umpire's paid a free kick, and it's gone to number 29, Neville Hoare. Neville Hoare's kick to the half-forward line. Kevin Creedon kept Doug Frankham out nicely there, enabled Dennis Munro to take the mark unopposed. Dennis Munro, hand pass to Grant Wells, and without any pressure, kicked the ball out of bounds on the full. Kick to be taken by Robinson, number 49 for Yolla. Kick towards centre half forward. Grant Wells in front. Neville Gardner. All over him. Tackled too high. Yes, the umpire's paid that. Steve Turner on the mark. Fails to come back, but the umpire allows play to go on. Neville Gardner's kick to Ricky Tapp. Ricky Tapp to Glenn Jackson. Jackson takes the mark. Pushed over by Adrian Walker. 15-metre penalty paid by the umpire. Glenn Jackson runs up quickly. Beautiful penetrating kick there towards Mark Summers. Mark Summers fails to take it. Kevin Frankham breaks clear, kicks the ball to the space. Adrian Walker, Glenn Jackson. Jackson slips over. Adrian Walker's on top of him, holding him. No kick. Cleared by Yolla. Players falling over everywhere. Some desperate play by Dennis Ayton there. Attempted smother by David Robinson. Fails to stop that goal. And that was kicked by Junior Keegan. Valuable goal for Yolla. Yolla 3 goals, 18 points. South Burnie 5-32. Centre bounce, Darren Jackson with it. Gary Cross kicks off the ground. Definitely the Greek soccer player coming out in him. Ball's cleared by Robinson. Nigel Beswick in front. Could have got the free kick. Gary Cross with the ball low. Kicks to Kerry Beswick, who's clear. A good 3 or 4 yards ahead of Laurel Garden there. Michael Beswick slipped at the wrong time, then the ball was punched away, went to Peter Deverill. Deverill's kick towards the centre of the ground, punched away by Kevin Creedon, quick to recover. Adrian Walker taps the ball forward for Yolla, kicked off the ground by a Yolla player. It's Graham Hoare, I think, there with the ball. Forward to Steve Turner. Turner grabs, turns, kicks towards the goal inaccurately, and the ball's out of bounds and over the line for a throw-in. Throw in from the boundary umpire. Darren Jackson in front, gets the tap to Gary Butler, punches the ball away, should have grabbed it perhaps. David Robinson with the ball, grabbed too high. Indicated nicely to the umpire that he needed a free kick there. Robinson kicks beautifully to Nigel Beswick. Still on the half-back flank for South Burnie. Oh! Well, you saw that one, and the free kick and the mark to Dennis Munro. Runs very close to the man on the mark for his kick. Kerry Beswick in the middle of that pack, and he's given away a free kick there for over the shoulder. Nobody seems to know who the kick's to go to. All we know is that Kerry Beswick's on the mark. Looks like Doug Frankham kicks the ball to the half-forward line for Yolla, taken by Ross Platt. His penetrating kick towards Craig Breakey, but Jock McCready takes the mark, plays on, kicks to the centre of the ground. Kevin Frankham in front, good strong mark, hand passes quickly to Doug Frankham. His kick to the half-forward line, the mark's taken by Dennis Munro. He hand passes on, not a very good hand pass. David Robinson with the ball loses it. Ross Platt loses it. Oh, and very lucky to get the free kick. Not the best of play there from South Burnie. And either the mark of the free kick given to Grant Wells there. His kick to the other end of the square. Neville Gardner takes the ball. Thrown out of the way by Kevin Frankham. And there's players going down everywhere here. Gary Butler with the ball and the free kick. Tackle too high, said the umpire. A lot of things, not a very good kick. Roving the pack there, Derek Whittle. Beautiful turn of pace. Hand passes on to Mark Summers. Mark Summers on to Richie Bellinger. Richie Bellinger, beautiful hand pass to Neville Gardner. Gardner steadies. Right through for a goal. That was good hand pass. Handball. Initiated by Derek Whittle. Showing a bit of pace. And some good, clever football from South Burnie. Their score 6-2-38. Yolla, 3 goals, 18 points. 20-point lead to South Burnie in the first quarter of the 1984 Darwin Grand Final. Bounce. Kevin Frankham gets the tap out. Straight to Junior Keegan. Roving. Dennis Robinson punches it away. Buck Taylor swoops through. Doesn't take the ball with him. David Robinson, tripped. The ball being forced forward. Dennis Munro for South Burnie turns the attack, but she's back on its way. Good tackle from Gary Cross there. The ball with Doug Frankham. His kick more height than distance, and the mark's been taken by Kevin Creedon. Kevin Creedon kicks to the defensive side of the ground. Free kick to Richie Bellinger. South Burnie seem to be playing in front, and they're getting the advantage of these free kicks. Obviously listened to what their coach told them before the game. Mark Summers out there on the centre wing position. Hand passes it out. Playing a good game, Mark Summers. His hand pass to Glenn Jackson in turn is kicked up by that player to the half-forward line. Kerry Beswick takes the mark. He's certainly dominating up there. Laurel Gardham's giving him that yard or two, and Kerry's making full use of it. Goes back for the kick. Beautiful torpedo. And it's a goal. Obviously got the kicking boots on. Unlike his start last week, he started off beautifully, and it's a very valuable goal, and they needed that one. South Burnie, 7-2-44. Yolla, 3 goals, 18. 26-point lead to South Burnie. Still need one or two more, I'd say. They're kicking with the advantage of this wind, and Yolla will come back in the second quarter, there's no doubt. Gary Butler with the ball. Dennis Munro, beautiful bit of sidestepping there. Kicks to Derek Whittle. Derek Whittle hit by Buck Taylor. The umpire's was going to make Derek Whittle take the kick, but he won't. Ross Platt with the ball. Ross Platt with a beautiful big kick, and unfortunately time has run out. That quarter break came just at the right time for Derek Whittle, though, I'd say. Score at quarter time here in the Darwin Grand Final. South Burnie 7-2, 44. Yolla 3 goals, 18 points. A 26-point lead at quarter time to South Burnie. Bit of a sandman here for this. I'd love to do this myself.
Big frog even come over and he said, you want to compare? The commentator. No, we got Tommy Wise going on. You want the commentator and sit on the bench.
Well, Frog might know a bit more about football, but he's too bloody tired.
No comment, Tom, no comment.
And Yolla. South Burnie lead by 26 points. Yolla kicking with the advantage of a fairly good breeze. Umpire moves in, bounces the ball. Darren Jackson with a tap out to Gary Cross. Gary Cross kicks to the centre half forward position. Kerry Beswick in front, taps the ball down to Craig Breakey. His kick to the 10-yard square. Mark Summers comes in. The ball's being played along there by Calvin Robertson. taken by Craig Breakey. Breakey with a kick, hand passes to one of his opposition players in Jock McCready. And I don't know what happened there. I was looking at the team sheet, and while I was, South Burnie score a point. Well, the cameraman missed it, so there's no harm done. South Burnie 7-3, Yolla 3 goals straight. Kerry Beswick with the ball, hand passes through there. David Guy on the ground. Tackled too high. Is it David Guy? No, it's Ricky Tapp. Had more trouble with David Guy over these final series than any other player. Kicked by Ricky Tapp to the edge of the 10-yard square. Mick Beswick fails to take it. Getting a lot of attention from the Yolla players. Kick clear by Yolla. Out towards the centre of the ground. Doug Frankham with the ball. Kicks towards Neville Graham Hoare, his hand pass into the centre to Robinson. It's smothered by Kevin Creedon, and a free kick given away there to be taken by Robinson when South Burnie had the break. Robinson's kick to the half forward, punched away by Grant Wells. His kick, the kick went to Glenn Jackson. He kicked on to Jake Robbie, it was. He's immediately put the play back to the half forward line. Dennis Ayton chasing the ball over the line and out of bounds. From the throw-in, the ball's punched away by Grant Wells for a point to Yolla. That's their first point. 3-1-19. South Burnie 7-3-45. The kick out to Kevin Creedon. His kick to the half forward line, taken by South Burnie player Nigel Beswick. He was tackled in the back paid to Graham Hoare, I'd say. It's an awful long way away there. Oh, and a 15-metre penalty because the ball wasn't thrown back to the Yolla player on the full. The kick from Graham Hoare straight through the middle for a goal. So Yolla move on. 4-1-25. South Burnie 7-3-45. 20-point lead to South Burnie. And we're at the 3.5-minute mark of the second quarter. Ball back in the centre with the umpires. Bounce down. Not a very good one. Straight to Ricky Tapp went the punch. He was tackled. Adrian Walker coming through with the ball. Richie Ballinger tries to stop him. Ball forced forward by Yolla. Oh, Dennis Robinson put a Yolla player down and hurt him while trying to get rid of that ball. Oh, another high tackle from Dennis Robinson. That was on Squinter Saltmarsh. I think it was Graham Hoare who was run into by Robinson. Probably only knocked the wind out of him. Squinter Saltmarsh in a position to score a goal here. Probably 30 metres out on a 45-degree angle. The kick, oh, flighted it beautifully. Yes, we're directly in line with that one. Beautifully flighted there. Graham Hoare doesn't look like he's in the best of conditions. Out here's been taken from the ground. Still, I'd be very surprised if he's off the ground for any great length of time. Yolla have moved on 5-1-31. South Burnie 7-3-45. From that centre tab out, the ball's gone to the half forward line for Yolla, where it's been taken by Gary Butler. He's kicked to the wings, marked by Nigel Beswick. Kick up there. Laurel Garden must get the free kick. Would have had the mark anyway. Laurel Garden. Kick over, just over the centre, in front Glenn Jackson fails to take it. Gary Butler taps the ball back. Nobody there for South Burnie, taken by Yolla. Dennis Ayton makes the better position and takes the mark. On the back line, kicking out towards Dennis Munro, showing a lot of faith. There's three fellas there against Dennis Munro. The ball comes down. David Robinson fails to stop that kick from Craig Walker, being marked by Squinter Saltmarsh. He plays on, kicks to Paul Walker, standing out there unattended. South Burnie taking a while to get their mind back on the job after that quarter-time break, by the look of it. Paul Walker in front, kicks it straight through. Yolla making the charge. 6-1-37. South Burnie 7-3-45. Six and a half minutes into the second quarter here. Eight points in it. Nothing results from that bounce. The ball being forced forward by Yolla. Tapped away by Kevin Frankham to Junior Keegan. His kick towards the Yolla goal, offline, through for 1 point. South Burnie 7-3-45. Yolla have moved on 6-2-38. 7 points the difference. The kick towards the pack there on the half-back line. The umpire's paid a mark, and it's gone to Dennis Munro. His kick to the wing. Glenn Jackson over the back takes the mark. The mark not paid, and passes away. Ball taken by Yolla. Kicked along the boundary line, kept in play by Paul Walker. The hand pass came to Kevin Frankham. Frankham, his kick is offline and through for 1 point. So Yolla now 6-3, South Burnie 7-3. One straight goal the difference. Over the back, Jake Robbie fails to take the mark. Pack of players forms. Ricky Tapp there, pushes it out. Junior Keegan to Dennis Frankham, Kevin Frankham. Frankham throws the ball out, and the free kick will go to Kevin Creedon. Creedon a little indecisive, kicks to the centre wing position. Glenn Jackson from behind fails to take the mark again. Oh, nice bit of work from Buck Taylor there. No doubt we'll have another look at that on the replay. Throw in there. Ross Platt with the ball. It's smothered. Gary Cross comes out with it. Glenn Jackson beautifully. Oh, came out of that pack beautifully. What a good player he is. Kicks the ball towards the half-forward line. Kerry Beswick with it. Draws the players. And passes towards Neville Garden. But Laurel Garden coming through. Has the run of the ball. Picks it up, kicks it. South Burnie players there everywhere. Glenn Jackson with the mark. Goes back, a little chip over there. Taken by Ricky Tapp, playing on Buck Taylor. Taylor fails to come back on the mark, and a 15-metre penalty. Obviously doesn't want to walk the 10 metres to get on the mark, so the mark's taken there by Craig Walker. Ricky Tapp kicks, tapped away by Laurel Garden. Darren Jackson, a big hand pass to nobody, except Neville Garner tries to burst his way through. Mark Summers with the ball, and Mark Summers gets the free kick. Rather crudely tackled there by Jake Robbie, I think it was. It was Doug Frankham. Anyway, the Mark Summers kicks the ball to the teeth of goal where it's been marked. A beautiful mark by Mick Beswick. Mick Beswick lining up for his first goal. South have 7 goals on the board. I don't think Mick Beswick's kicked one yet. No doubt I'll find out if he has. And that kick right through the middle. I think South Burnie needed that goal. They need to retain this lead. South Burnie 8-3-51. Yolla 6-3-39. 51-39 in South Burnie's favour. 12 points. Ball bounced down. Darren Jackson up high. Gets the beautiful tap. Doesn't go to anybody in particular. There's a pack forming. The umpire's called for the ball and he'll bounce it up. Paul Walker running back. Thought he had the free kick. Probably a bit of old staging there. Darren Jackson up again. He's tapped to Gary Cross. Cross punched it on to Nigel Beswick. He's forcing it forward. Kerry Beswick with it. It was a good tackle there by that Yolla player in Robinson. Buck Taylor breaks clear, runs towards the South Burnie goal. Kicks towards the centre wing position. Dennis Munro. Oh, Richie Bellinger nearly caught there as he kicked the ball to the half-forward line. Neville Gardner, 3 players there against him. And the ball's out of bounds on the half-forward line for South Burnie. Thrown in. Darren Jackson takes the ball out of the ruck, fails to keep it. Buck Taylor with it. Oh, and Buck Taylor in there again with Ricky Tapp, and a beautiful mark taken there on the half-forward line by Kerry Beswick. He seems to have the better of Lyrrell Gardner at this stage of the game. That was a good mark. He's against this wind, he may not be within kicking distance. He's about 40 metres out. He's kicked it right to the teeth of goal and it's been punched through off the hands of that pack for a point. South Burnie 8-4-52. Yolla 6-3-39. Kick out from Doug Frankham, I think, the playing fullback at the moment for Yolla. Nigel Beswick's hand pass to Ross Plapp. Plapp kicks Jake Robbie with it, I think. Tries one bounce. Looked a little awkward executing that bounce, but he's kicked towards the centre. The mark's not taken by Kevin Frankham, but he's got the free kick. He was all set to play on. I think he fumbled it there. Just a big kick up in the air. Kevin Frankham, Grant Wells with it, taken off the pack by Buck Taylor. His hand pass went astray to Dennis Munro, but Dennis Munro's kick to Adrian Walker. Adrian Walker kicks towards the ball's taken by Steve Turner. His kick towards the forward line was marked by Squinter Saltmarsh right in front. Right through the middle. And silence falls over the South Burnie supporters. Yolla move on 7-3-45. South Burnie 8-4-52. 7 points in favour of South Burnie. And we've just passed the 14-minute mark of the second quarter. The next 5 or 10 minutes of this quarter could be very vital. Darren Jackson up in the air. Tap goes to Neville Hoare. Then to Neville Gardner. Neville Gardner at his second attempt kicks the ball to the half-forward line over the head of players there. Deverell with the ball. Weaves past. Kicks towards Buck Taylor. Buck Taylor's coming into the game in this quarter. But his kick looks fairly astray, and it's over the line and out of bounds on the full, and a free kick to South Burnie. A little chip shot there from David Robinson to Glenn Jackson. Glenn Jackson, a big kick to the half-forward line, punched away by Mark Summers. Paul Walker, Neville Gardner. Neville Gardner to Ricky Tapp. Ricky Tapp showing pace, gets away from Deverell. Tapp's kick went to Kerry Beswick, but unable to control the ball. It was forced over the line and out of bounds. From the throw-in, the ball comes to Kerry Beswick. His kick towards Nigel Beswick. The ball forced to the bottom of the pack, and there's a free kick being paid to Craig Breakey for in the back. I won't comment. All I'll say is that the umpire was obviously closer than I was to see that one. Craig Breakey, 20 metres out, should score. South Burnie need this goal. And it's a goal. South Burnie maintaining this lead. 9-4, 58. Yolla, 7-3, 45. This game's restarted without us. Ricky Tapp forcing the ball forward. Paul Walker coming through. Good bit of inspirational play there. Neville Gardner with the ball. Hand passes to Dennis Munro. A little chip from Dennis Munro to Glenn Jackson. And a beautiful mark under a great deal of pressure. Really showing his form in this game so far, Glenn Jackson. His kick wide to Kerry Beswick, and Beswick either with the mark or the kick. No, it's down there on the ground. I can't see what's happening because of the crowd. Very good crowd here actually at Wivenhoe for this game. The throw in. Again, the ball hits the deck and we can't see a thing. The umpire's call for the bounce. On the half-forward line for South Burnie. Taken by Jake Robbie, kicked along this flank. Dennis Robinson. Everybody out positioned by Doug Frankham there. Hand pass under pressure to Paul Walker. Paul Walker's kick. It's going, oh, don't tell me, it's going to go through for a goal. It did! Oh, what a goal to score at this stage of the game. Must have bounced 20 metres and rolled through for a goal. Yolla 8-3, South Burnie 9-4, 7-point lead to South Burnie. And we're at the 18-minute mark of the second quarter. Ball back with the umpire.
I thought you might be because you dropped down on me.
Bounce down. The bouncer seemed to be favouring Yolla. Or I should say the cemetery end. Ball on the ground, loose. Doug Frankham with it. Over the ball, but he's paid the free kick for holding the man. Goes back for his kick. Gary Butler on the mark. Wobbly old torpedo there. Squinter Saltmarsh in front. He's taken the mark. This could make the game very interesting. It'll bring the scores back to 1 point in favour of South Burnie if Saltmarsh scores this goal. Should have no trouble, 20 metres out. Taking quite a deal of time to line it up. No, I don't think there was any doubt about that one. Straight through the middle. 9-3, 57 to Yolla. 9-4, 58 South Burnie. And we've been playing 19 and a half minutes, second quarter. Bounce down. Darren Jackson with the tap, but it went to Junior Keegan. His kick up to the forward line. Gary Butler bursting through. Kevin Creedon with the ball. Kicks it wide. Forced out there by Ricky Tapp to Dennis Munro. Buck Taylor breaks clear with the ball low. A lot of players going down there. Gary Butler having words with, in fact, there must be something going on down there. The crowd on the boundary line blocking the view, and the free kick's gone to South Burnie, and the kick's to be taken by Kevin Creedon. Creedon's
Yeah,
kick
I'll show you
very
where.
close to the boundary line, punched away by Glenn Jackson over the line out of bounds. Centre wing position on the grandstand side of the ground.
No, Amy Jones.
Throw in. Darren Jackson.
This is
The
wrong.
tap went to Paul Walker. He's kicked to Kevin Frankham. Frankham turns nicely, kicks the ball wide, and it's forced over the line and out of bounds.
You must be a dear.
Yolla player asking why he didn't get the free kick for in the back. A fair question, but the umpire doesn't answer it. Thrown in. Darren Jackson with the tap again, but not being well directed. Ross Platt with the ball. Breaks away, shrugs off a tackle. Kicks to Doug Frankham. The call was play on. Doug Frankham obviously didn't hear it. Ricky Tapp kept chasing him. Doug Frankham didn't know what was going on, and the umpires called for the bounce. Darren Jackson up there. Punches the ball forward. Buck Taylor with the ball. Tries to burst through. Very, very physical there. Keegan with the ball in front of him. Oh, Kevin Creedon coming through. The ball there went to 29. I think that's Neville Hoare. And his kick went to Craig Walker. I think the free kick was paid there, or could have been the mark. Craig Walker on an angle. Kicks it right through. Yolla move to the lead. 5 points in front. 9-4. South Burnie 10-3 Yolla. 5 point lead to Yolla. And we've been playing 22.5 minutes. $58-63 in favour of Yolla. From the bounce down, Mark Summers in the ruck. Kicked forward by Yolla. Steve Turner with the ball. Hand passes it out in front of him, showing a bit of pace. Got the ball, could be another goal coming up here. He doesn't miss many. It is. Yolla with the run on at the moment. 11-3, 69. South Burnie 9-4, 58. Ball back in the centre. Bounce goes to nobody. Gary Cross with the ball. Tackled hard. The ball comes away. Richie Ballinger with the ball. Kicks wide. I think the ball will beat players over the line out of bounds here. Darren Jackson with it. Separates a few of the supporters there. Standing too close to the boundary line. And it's out of bounds. The throw in. Straight to Doug Frankham. Deverell breaks clear. Yolla getting this running game going. Kevin Creedon punches the ball away from Frankham. Paul Walker leads in the race for the ball, but I think it's beaten him over the line and out of bounds. Throw in. Taken out of the ruck by Kevin Frankham. Kicked up in the air by number 29. It was Neville Hoare. Kevin Creedon with the mark and pass on to Grant Wells. Grant Wells to the centre of the ground. Nigel Beswick fails to take the mark. Doug Frankham with the ball, tackled, ducked into it and gets the free kick for around the neck. Kicked wide by Doug Frankham towards Steve Turner. A bit too slow. Beaten for the ball by Dennis Munro. The plays into the in behind the crowd there, and the kick for in the back has been paid to Ricky Tapp. His kick towards Glenn Jackson fails to take the mark, and I think the free kick is to Yolla, yes, for in the back. Yolla through Walker to the centre half forward position. Kevin Creedon with the ball, a hand pass to Richie Bellinger. Plenty of room. Could have taken a bounce, but doesn't. The ball over the head of all players. Kicked wide here. Neville Gardner in there. Beautifully punched away. Put the pressure right on, but too many Yolla players there. Some of the South Burnie forwards seem to have gone walkabout. No, kicked by Keegan towards the centre of the ground. Gone to the half-forward line. Grant Wells with the ball. Hand pass to Ross Plapp. Plapp kicked to Gary Cross. Cross goes back. There's a look. And a beautiful kick to Craig Breakey. Breakey goes back. Oh, poor kick. Oh, Neville Gardner fails to take the mark. Deverell in front. That could have made a difference if Gardner had taken that mark. But it's cleared by Yolla. Out there, number 4, Darryl Beamish. Too many South Burnie opponents. South Burnie looking a little slow out there at the moment. And passing under a great deal of pressure. Coming through there was Keegan again. His kick to the half-forward line. Punched away by Kevin Creedon. But Kevin Frankham keeps going. Gets the ball, but his hand pass goes astray. The kick onto the South Burnie half-forward line. Kerry Beswick behind that time, and the ball's forced over the line and out of bounds. From the throw-in, Doug Frankham taps it out there to Jake Robbie. His kick over the centre. Kevin Frankham fails to take the mark, but he gets the free kick. Frankham, poor kick. Grant Wells with the ball, kicks it clear. Gary Butler kicks. Nigel Beswick in front. Gary Cross catches Kevin Frankham. Yes, the free kick to Yolla there for holding the man. Being taken by Jake Robbie, it could be. It was a beautiful, beautiful torpedo onto the forward line. Kevin Creedon with it. Hand passes. No, he doesn't. He throws. South Burnie were away. And a free kick to be taken by Turner. I think we can chalk this one up as a goal then. 25 metres from goal. On a slight angle. Straight through the middle. Yolla move on 12-3, 75. South Burnie 9-4, 58. 27 points, I think. 17. 17-point lead to Yolla. And we've been playing 29 minutes, so there can't be too much time left in this quarter. Fairly handy lead for Yolla to have going into the half-time break. Paul Walker breaks clear, kicks the ball forward. Grant Wells showing pace, backs his judgment, kicks the ball to the centre of the ground. Doug Frankham, Nigel Beswick in front. He's been either paid the mark of the free kick. Nigel Beswick, he won't want to waste any time. Kicks towards Kerry Beswick, but coming through is Craig Breakey. Fails to take the ball with him. He's put down. They've got that loose man going, Yolla, out there on that far wing. Jock McCready kicks the ball wide. Push in the back there to David Guy. 15-metre penalty. He won't want to waste any time either. Kicks the ball forward. Half-forward line. Kerry Beswick, and there goes the siren. And that's half-time in this 1984 Grand Final between South Burnie and Yolla. Just recapping the scores. South Burnie 9-4, 58. Yolla 12-3, 75. A 17-point lead to Yolla. And Yolla playing much the better football in the last 15 minutes of that quarter. South Burnie will need to apply themselves a little bit more coming into the second half. Second quarter underway, third quarter underway here, and Wivenhoe, Yolla into attack. Scores, South Burnie 9-4, Yolla 12-3, 17-point advantage to Yolla. Ball on their forward line. And a kick to Saltmarsh, right in front of the goal, probably 15 metres out. Could turn that 17-point advantage to a 23-point lead. Kick off line, 18 points in it. Yolla 12-4, South Burnie 9-4. Big kick from Grant Wells. Kevin Creedon fails to get the kick. The mark's taken by Jock McCready. Kick to Craig Walker, unattended there, half forward line. Short kick. Dennis Munro punches the ball away, recovers in front, taps the ball forward. In the lead for the ball is number 45, that's Shadbolt. First time I've seen him involved in the play, I think. And the ball's out of bounds in the forward pocket for Yolla. Tapped by Gary Cross. Dennis Munro with it. Nobody able to tackle him. He gets his kick in. Gary Cross in front, forcing the ball forward. Can't pick it up. Does so now. Kick, and it's forced over the line by Jock McCready. South Burnie slowly forcing this ball forward. Throw in. Gary Cross with the ball taken by Craig Walker. And pass to Paul Walker. Paul Walker fumbles it. He's caught. Took too long to get rid of it. And the free kick to Glenn Jackson. A little fortuitous there, that fumble from Paul Walker, because Yolla were on the way. The kick from Glenn Jackson to the centre of the ground to Kerry Beswick, who played on. The ball still in the forward line. For South Burnie, Jock McCready with the ball again. Playing a solid game, but he's kicked the ball out on the full, I would say. No, it was touched according to the boundary umpire, and he's going to throw it in. Doug Frankham gets the punch, hits forward, kicked off the ground by Paul Walker. Graham Hoare in there. Ball on the ground. Neville Hoare in there. The umpire's called for the bounce. Punched away by Darren Jackson. Number 45, Shadbolt. Gets the kick, but because of the tackle, he kicked it out of bounds on the full, and the kick's to be taken by Glenn Jackson. Kevin Trankham on the mark. Players calling for it upfield. Punched away by Laurel Garden. The kick goes to Dennis Munro, takes the mark. Kicks to the centre of the ground. Ross Plapp stands his ground, gets through. Gary Cross, a wide hand pass to Ricky Tapp. Ricky Tapp over to Richie Ballinger. Ballinger was standing a bit flat-footed there, I thought. The ball's on the half-forward line. Mark Summers bundled out of the road. The hand pass comes out there to Neville Hoare. Neville Hoare kicks to the centre of the ground. Graham Hoare takes it, plays on immediately. Gary Cross chases. Dennis Munro fails to take the mark. He's recovering. Being forced on. There's Yolla players in front here. Glenn Jackson with the ball. Big kick to the half-forward line. Kerry Beswick punches the ball away. Ricky Tapp dodges around players, gets his kick in. Mark Summers, not there. Punched away. Jock McCready, I think it was. I think that's Deverell coming through with the ball. South Burnie players definitely standing a bit flat-footed here. Glenn Jackson with it. That's about his third or fourth kick in 5 minutes of play. His kick to Mark Summers. Mark Summers plays on, could get caught. Hand pass under pressure, puts Neville Gardner under pressure, and they've lost the advantage. Thrown out there by Craig Walker, and the umpire was right in position to see it. 5.5 minutes gone in the third quarter, and a 15-metre penalty, and that's brought Mark Summers to within scoring range with the advantage of this wind. He's 40 metres out from goal on a slight angle. South Burnie desperately need this goal. But they won't get it from that kick. Dropped by the Yolla player, swooped on by Michael Beswick, but failed to screw the ball round. From the throw-in, punched away. Ricky Tapp with the ball, runs the wrong way. Good shepherding by Richie Ballinger. Gary Cross with the ball, kicks it forward. Craig Breakey in there. Neville Gardner overruns it. Glenn Jackson with it. Twists, turns, kicks. Yolla players all there on their own. A bit of disorganisation on the forward line there for South Burnie. The ball's kicked out to the half-back flank. Neville Hoare with the ball. Graham Hoare leading in the race. Kevin Frankham shepherds. An easy, comfortable kick, but it goes to Dennis Munro. Ball bounce. Craig Walker puts Jock McCready under a bit of pressure, but coolly and calmly comes out. Hand passes to Shadbolt. Shadbolt nearly caught again. His kick forward was taken by Keegan. He played on quickly and kicked on there to Jake Robbie. A little quick kick there towards Turner on a very sharp angle. He's going to have a shot though. Run straight in, that's a goal. No, it's a point. So 2 points to Yolla against this wind. They seem to have the better of South Burnie at the moment. South Burnie 9-4. Yolla 12-5. 19-point lead to Yolla. The ball's still on the half-forward line for Yolla. Kicked out there towards Keegan by Jake Robbie. And that pass to Neville Hoare. Neville Hoare within kicking distance. Runs in a poor kick over the line and out of bounds. Yolla wasting their opportunities here. Kicking against this wind, and yet they still have the opportunities to convert these goals, but not making good use of it. South Burnie look a little disorganised out there. It looks like Jake Robbie with the ball. Kicks to the half-forward line, playing from behind South Burnie. Squinter Saltmarsh, I think that was, took the mark on a fairly acute angle. but definitely not impossible. Taking his time. Comes in. I think that might be there. Yes, that's a goal. Scoreboard changing over. South Burnie at 9.4.58. Yolla 13.5.83, I think. I'll just check that. And 9.4.58 to 13.5.83. And we've been playing 10 minutes in the third quarter. Gary Cross with the ball. Breaks away from that centre. Kicks wide. Jock McCready there with the ball. Kick to Doug Frankham. Ricky Tapp in front. Takes the ball away from Neville Hoare, but his kick goes straight back to Jock McCready. He plays on. It's called play on there by the umpire. Yolla players spoiling each other. The hand pass came out there from Jake Robertson. The kick gone towards Turner. Neville Gardner grabbed when not in possession, even though he punched the ball away. The umpire has paid him the free kick. Big kick from Neville Gardner along that boundary line. Ooh, Kerry Biswick putting Michael under a bit of pressure there, but he still managed to get his kick in. Kick towards centre half forward. Gary Cross comes in unable to pick the ball up. Overruns it. The ball's there in the pack. Glenn Jackson scoops the ball out towards Michael Biswick. Play there on the half forward line for South Burnie, and the free kick's been paid to Yolla. Kick here to towards the boundary line. Paul Walker takes the mark, plays on, breaks clear, kicks towards the half forward line. Grant Wells takes the mark. Backed his judgment there, and it was just as well he did. His kick over the centre. Yolla players flying against each other. Adrian Walker took the mark. Kicks towards Buck Taylor. Buck Taylor drops the ball. Ricky Tapp fails to get it as Neville Hoare runs on, gets the kick to the half-forward line. David Robinson caught with a ball, and the free kick will be paid against him, and it's to be taken by Graham Hoare. Probably 30 metres out, 35. Should convert this. The kick from Graham Hoare offline. I think that's the second one he's missed this quarter. Yolla 13.6.84. South Burnie 9.4.58. 26. A poor hand pass from Darren Jackson, but coming through Ross Plapp, leading in the race for the ball, and gets the free kick for in the back. Ross Plapp, I thought, was going to play on then, but realised that he'd have to come back. Kicks towards centre half forward. The umpire in the road. Ball punched away. Paul Walker takes it. Kicks. Oh. Players caught there, South Burnie. Kevin Creedon with the ball. Kicks it wide. Nigel Beswick fails to take the mark. Neville Gardner gives away the free kick to Neville Hoare, I think it was, yes. Kick. Nobody takes the mark. Kevin Creedon bursts through, punches the ball. Dennis Munro takes it, kicks it forward. Neville Hoare in front. Gary Cross taps the ball over the line. I think it's going to... Yes, no, it's still in play. Very hard to see it there with all those spectators, but the ball is out of bounds this time and will be thrown in by the boundary umpire. Throw in punched away by Darren Jackson. There's players everywhere, and the free kick's gone to Gary Cross. Kerry Beswick leading towards the pocket. Kick not the best. Mark Summers in there. Deverill. Glenn Jackson. Under pressure. A lot of scrambly play up there. South Burnie player caught with the ball was Glenn Jackson, I think. And the Yolla free kick, forcing the ball to the half-forward line. Player goes out of view there. Anything could be happening. The umpire's blown the whistle and called for the bounce. Bounce from the umpire. Players up. Kick clear by Yolla. Glenn Jackson takes the mark in front of Adrian Walker. Big kick from Glenn Jackson onto the edge of the square. Mark Summers in front. Fast to take the mark. Broken away there by Yolla. Kevin Frankham leading in the race for the ball. Ahead of Kevin Creedon. Dodges around beautifully. Breaks clear, gets his kick, and it's a beautiful kick too. Over the back, Steve Turner with the ball, hand passes. The free kick to Gary Butler. Well, that happened while I wasn't looking. Gary Butler kicks to the wing. Kevin Creedon, fast to take the mark, punches it forward though. Coming out is Keegan, hand passes wide. Ricky Tapp breaks through, breaks a tackle. Kicks to the half-forward line to Craig Breakey, who's on his own, slips over, prevents him from playing on, but he gets his kick quickly, kicks to Kerry Beswick. The ball punched away by Lerrell Gardam, and it's over the line and out of bounds. From the throw-in, Glenn Jackson steals the ball, runs around, centres it to the middle of the square, and it's through for a point. That's South Burnie's first score for quite some time, I'd say. They move on to 9 goals, 5-59. Yolla 13-6-84. From the kick out, Ross Plapp with the ball. Neville Hoare. Ross Plapp, and Ross Plapp falls over and gets the free kick. His kick to Neville Gardner. Gardner takes the mark. A good 50, 60 yards out. But kicking with the advantage of a wind. Beautiful big torpedo right to the square. Yolla in front again. This time the mark's taken by Doug Frankham. There was a 15-metre penalty to be paid, but the Yolla fellas didn't worry about that. They just kept going. Kicks up there. Ross Plapp takes a good strong mark between two Yolla players. Kerry Beswick. Doug Frankham again. Playing a fairly solid game. Doug Frankham taking that big mark on the back line. His kick to the centre wing position. Punched away by Darren Jackson. Jake Robertson with the ball. Kicks the ball to the centre of the ground. Kevin Frankham, he's starting to come into the game. Takes the mark, kicks it wide. Looks like Saltmarsh, yes it is. Saltmarsh, a big kick into the square. And the mark's been taken in the last line by Grant Wells. Wells kick to the defensive side. Richie Ballinger in front. Takes the mark. Kicks to the centre wing. Glenn Jackson. Getting a bag of kicks in this quarter. And driving the ball forward. Lerrell Gardam in front. Fast to take the mark. Craig Breakey bursts through. Hand passes to Kerry Beswick. Beswick's kick to Michael Beswick. Fast to take the mark. The ball smothered. Mark Summers on it. And the free kick has gone to Yolla player. Deverill, I think it is. And it seems to be something happening here. The players don't know what's happening. The umpire doesn't know what's happening. And it's gone the other way. Well, an interesting decision there. Everybody, including the players and the spectators, thought the free kick had been paid to Yolla. In fact, it had been paid to South Burnie, to Mark Summers. Mark Summers takes the kick but fails to convert it to a goal. It's another point to South Burnie. They move on 9-6-60. Yolla 13-6-84. 24-point lead to Yolla. From the kick out. Neville Gardner forcing the ball out. Paul Walker there. Nigel Beswick. Darren Jackson. Hand passes out to Neville Gardner. Neville Gardner centres the hand pass to Glenn Jackson. Glenn Jackson breaks away but gets his kick. Craig Breakey. There's players all over him. Ball punched away. Jock McCready. Buck Taylor, I think it was, kicking that ball away for Yolla, but the mark's been taken by Dennis Munro. His little kick to Neville Gardner right on the edge of the square. He'll need a very big kick to get this into the goal, and that's just what he's done, and it's a beautiful kick, and it's not... Oh, Kerry Beswick with the ball. Failed to get that hand pass out. The hand pass nearly came to the South Burnie's advantage, but it's been forced through for a point. 9-7-61, South Burnie. 23 points behind Yolla, 13-6-84. From the kick out. Jake Robertson with the ball. Takes the mark, doesn't waste any time. Kicks up to the half-forward line. Over the back, Glenn Jackson dominating in this third quarter. Beautiful big kick there to the half-forward line to Mick Beswick in front. Takes the mark. Probably within kicking distance. I think South Burnie in desperate need of this goal. Even though they're kicking with the advantage of a win, they have been outscored this quarter by Yolla. And that is another point to South Burnie. 9-8-62. 22 points behind Yolla, 13-6-84. Poor kick out there from the Yolla full-back straight to Richie Ballinger. Now he's within scoring distance, I would think. Comes in. Big torpedo offline. Another point. 9-9 South Burnie. 63. Yolla 13-6. 84, 21-point lead to Yolla. Another kick out from the full-back. The free kick against South Burnie there to Kevin Frankham. His kick to the half-forward line. A free kick push in the back to Paul Walker. Takes his kick very quickly. Turner fails to mark it. Oh, David Guy fails to connect. Should have grabbed it instead of kicking it. The ball's forced forward. Oh, and good mark by Saltmarsh there, I think it was. Yes, it is. He's been fairly dominant there on that forward line for Yolla. Only needs half a yard to take these marks. Here's kicks offline. There's some poor kicking from both sides in this quarter. Yolla 13-7. 85. South Burnie 9-9. 63. 22-point lead to Yolla. From the kick out, Graham Hall with the ball. Kicks it forward. David Guy fails to kick it. Steve Turner with it. Kicks wide. Out there, Craig Walker. Centres the ball. And the mark's taken by Doug Frankham. He's definitely come into the game for Yolla this quarter. Taking some good marks on that back line, and now he's up on the forward line and in position to score a goal to give Yolla a 28-point lead. And he does that. So Yolla leading by 28 points. South Burnie 9-9, 63. Yolla 14-7, 91. Players pointing everywhere. Free kick against South Burnie there. 25-minute mark of the third quarter. Yolla, 28 points in front. The kick, the mark's been taken by Doug Frankham again. South Burnie don't seem to have any answer to him. He's going to, after an initial thought about playing on, he's going back for his kick, and a little chip shot across there to Steve Turner on his own. Not enough attention being paid by some of these South Burnie back players, half backs. Turner, 30-40 metres out. Big kick right through the middle, 34-point lead to Yolla. And we've been playing 25 and a half minutes. South Burnie 9-9, 63. Yolla 15-7, 97. Bounce down, Ross Plapp takes the ball. Tackled, pushed down, gets the free kick. Should have been a 15-metre penalty, not paid. Ross Plapp, big kick to the half-forward line. Richie Bellinger with it. Kicks the ball up in the air. Kerry Beswick in front, fast to take the mark. Adrian Walker taps the ball out. Gary Cross takes it from that tap. Taken by number 20, Jake Robertson. His kick wide to Buck Taylor. Buck Taylor kicks towards the wing. Punched away by Craig Breakey. And the throw in to be taken on the centre wing. Tap from Darren Jackson. Straight to Paul Walker it was. His kick marked by Kevin Creedon. Creedon goes quickly to Dennis Munro. Dennis Munro, the loose player, is on here. Dennis Munro won't want to try and do too much. No, he doesn't. Kicks the ball straight to a pack. Hand pass wide from Mark Summers. Not an accurate one. Mick Beswick with the ball. And it's been called out of bounds by the umpire. And it'll be thrown in. 27 and a half minutes gone in the third quarter. Yolla 34 points in front. And in fact, 27 and a half minutes is about all we'll play in the third quarter as the siren goes. Scores: South Burnie 9-9, 63. Yolla 15-7, 97. 34-point lead to Yolla. Not beyond South Burnie, but they're going to have to improve dramatically. About to start the last quarter here, Darwin 1984 Grand Final, South Burnie Yolla. Yolla 34 points in front. King with the advantage of the breeze, although it has dropped away quite a deal. Force forward, Kevin Creedon with the ball. Hand passes to Darren Jackson. He breaks away. Kick from Jackson, marked by Dennis Ayton. Dennis Ayton could get caught here. Tackle too high. Gets his kick in, but kicking under pressure. Puts his forwards under pressure. Adrian Walker breaks away. He kicks it wide. Kevin Frankham with the ball, and it's forced over the line and out of bounds. Kevin Creedon having words with Doug Frankham, I think it is. Darren Jackson takes the ball out of the pack. Hand passes to a space. Glenn Jackson with it. He's pushed over before he can get his kick in. Adrian Walker hand passes over his head. Tapped on again by Kevin Frankham. Neville Hoare taps onto Buck Taylor. Buck Taylor centres the ball. In front, Grant Wells takes the mark. Kicks wide towards Nigel Beswick. Nigel Beswick over the top to Craig Breakey. Breakey wide. Richie Bellinger behind. Manages to get the ball after it was spilled by the Yolla player. Mark Summers from behind. Doesn't take the mark. Hand pass through by Yolla player Jock McCready, and it's a point to South Burnie. 1964, I think. Something going on down the forward line. Out of the square when he kicked it, the Yolla full back, evidently. I don't know what's happening here. I think the umpire's supposed to bounce it. Yes, and in fact he is going to do that. I'm not sure whether the scoreboard's right now. It's bounced. Paul Walker missed kicks. Ball's down on the bottom of the pack and the umpire's called for the bounce. 9-9 to 15-7. Tapped out by Mark Summers to Gary Cross, but the kick's a bit wide and it's over the line and out of bounds. From the throw-in. Dennis Ayton with the ball. Bursts through. Kicks another behind. I think the scoreboard is one point behind. They've got South Burnie at 9-10. 64. I think they should in fact be 9-11 65 to Yolla 15-7 97. Ricky Tapp's kick to the forward line, not taken by Mark Summers, but the ball's forced down, being held there. Breaking through, Kerry Beswick. Umpire's letting a lot go this time. This last quarter, they're not going to pay the free kicks in front of goal. Little Garden breaks away. The kick smothered. Ross Platt breaks through, turns, kicks. Another behind. I think we might stick with the scoreboard. If they're wrong, they're wrong. Takes me too long to work it out. South Burnie 9-11, Yolla 15-7. Dennis Ayton fails to take the mark, although he had first grab. The free kick there, too high, to Jake Robertson. Ball beats all players. Following up best is Craig Breakey. Looks like he's been moved to the half-back line. A minute ago he was on the half-forward line. Hand pass from Dennis Munro is wild. Oh, in the back to... he's paid it too high. It's Jock McCready, I think, with the ball. And the free kick there to be taken by Neville Hoare. Hoare's kick, a wobbly old torpedo. It gets a reasonable amount of distance. Ball taken by Steve Turner. swooping through there, taking the ball from Turner. I'm not too sure who it was. I can see the player, I can't quite pick up his number. In fact, it was Junior Keegan kicked that goal. Bounced down. Darren Jackson punches it away. Gary Cross in, gets a quick kick, but it goes to Laryl Gardam. Gardam kicks to the half-back line for South Burnie, where it's taken by Kevin Creedon. Glenn Jackson takes the mark, unable to play on, goes back for his kick, centres it, kicks to Ross Platt. Platt plays on, kicks to the half-forward line. Kerry Beswick has the ball punched away. Graham Hoare gets his kick in. Neville Gardner, Kerry Beswick to Nigel Beswick. Nigel Beswick kicks towards goal. And another behind. Well, looking at the scoreboard, South Burnie may have kicked themselves out of this game, although they have been kicking under quite a deal of pressure. South Burnie 9-12, 66. Yolla 16-7. .103. The ball is now on the half-forward line for Yolla. Buck Taylor hand passes towards Craig Walker. David Robinson, I'll get that name right one of these days. Kevin Frankham breaks clear. Kicks towards goal. The ball goes straight past the goal, past Squinter Saltmarsh to Grant Wells. The ball's forced to the bottom of the pack, and the umpire's called for it just as it's kicked clear. Bounce down. So the Yolla player broke clear and kicked a point there. I couldn't quite pick up who it was. 16-8. 104. Yolla 9-12. 66. Nearly a 40-point difference. 38 points in favour of Yolla. Kicked forward by Hoare. South Burnie players forcing the ball out. Craig Breakey breaks clear. Kicks the ball to the space. Leading in the race for the ball, Adrian Walker, but it beats all players over the line and out of bounds. Kevin Frankham and Darren Jackson are contesting the knockout. Kicked out of bounds on the full by that Yolla player, and a free kick to South Burnie. Kick taken by Glenn Jackson. Kicks to the pack. Kevin Creedon, no. Takes a couple of players down, and the ball's forced over the line and out of bounds. Game tending to fizzle out here. The crowd's gone awfully quiet. Graham Hoare kicks the ball towards centre half forward for Yolla, taken by Dennis Munro. His kick wide. The mark's taken by not Jock McCready, it was Calvin Robertson. His kick wide to towards the boundary line. A free kick's been paid to South Burnie, to Craig Breakey. Breakey's kick, wobbly old one. Punched from the pack over the line and out of bounds. From the throw-in. A tap from Jackson taken by Ricky Tapp. I thought the umpire was going to pay holding the ball, but he's paid holding the man. And the kick to Ricky Tapp. Kicks to the half-forward line. Punched away. Gary Cross The mark dropped by Yolla player, picked up by Nigel Beswick. He's under a great deal of pressure. Taps the ball out to Richie Ballinger, but he'll get the free kick for too high. Nigel Beswick comes in. Nice accurate kick, and it's a goal. South Burnie's first goal, I think, since the second quarter. They move on to 10-12-72. Yolla 16-8, 104. 32-point lead to Yolla at the moment. Ball bounced down. Darren Jackson to Ross Platt. Ross Platt put down. Took a note of that player's number. Richie Ballinger with the ball. Breaks away. Oh, it took a bit too long. The kick was smothered. Keegan with it. Gets his kick. That was Jake Robertson with the ball. Kicks it towards the half-forward line. Neil Gardner with it. Hand passes to Jackson. Jackson to Breakey. Breakey kicks it right up in the air. Mick Beswick a little too far under the ball. Fails to get it. Kicked away by that Yolla player. I think it was Jock McCready. He's down with cramp, but he's bounced back up again. Meanwhile, the ball's out of bounds and to be thrown in there on about the centre wing position. Ross Platt with the ball. A little tap over to Neville Gardner. Oh, a little too short. Gardner under pressure. Still working. No, I think he's done his hamstring. It's bad, whatever it is. I think he'll have to come off. He looks very uncomfortable. The ball's bounced down. Tapped away, taken by Ricky Tapp. Left foot chip shot to Mick Beswick. Laurel Garden with the kick for the high tackle. Lay there long enough to get the free kick. He's got the ball. Darren Jackson from behind fails to take it. Craig Walker takes the ball off the pack, kicks towards Gary Butler for South Burnie. He's competing with Squinner Saltmarsh. Grant Wells with that. Hand passes to Craig Breakey. Craig Breakey kicking towards the boundary line. I think it might be over the line and out of bounds on the fall. No? Must have been a rugby kick. To be thrown in there by the boundary umpire. In the back to Ross Platt. Had a bag full of kicks in this game, especially this quarter. Tries a little kick over to Gary Cross. Gary Cross towards the centre of the ground. The ball comes down. Nigel Beswick takes it. Kicks wide to Mick Beswick. The ball punched away. Taken by Robertson. Robertson's kick to Graham Hoare. He's been a dominating player in this game. Players go everywhere. The ball beats all of them. Dennis Munro comes through, loses it. Sits on the ball and the umpire will bounce. From the bounce, Kevin Frankham taps it forward. Coming through with a bit of pace there was Jake Robbie, but he's caught. And the kick goes to Dennis Munro. He's kicked to Gary Cross. Goes down to Ross Platt. Platt to Glenn Jackson. Glenn Jackson stands his ground, then gets his kick. Mark Summers fails to take it. Punched away. Doug Frankham kicks to Neville Hoare, I think that was. Kicks onto the far forward line for Yolla. Gary Butler in front. Good shepherding there by Grant Wells. Hand pass from Butler to Craig Breakey. Breakey's hand pass towards Dennis Munro earns him the free kick. Dennis Munro kick to Grant Wells. Grant Wells, Ricky Tapp under a great deal of pressure. Beats Buck Taylor for that. Takes the mark, a free kick the other way. The free kick's gone to the Yolla player against Mick Beswick. Yolla kick there to Graham Hoare. Neville Hoare, sorry. Neville Hoare kick to the half-forward line. Down from the pack, Craig Walker. Kicks towards the boundary line, and it's over the line and out of bounds. From the throw-in, the ball is forced over the line again. And another throw-in, taken by Paul Walker, kicks towards the goal. Gary Butler, the ball bypasses him, but Butler recovers, dives on it, thrown out by Saltmarsh. The ball still in play, taken by Neville Hoare. Tries to screw it round for a goal, but it's only a point. Yolla 16-9. 105. South Burnie 10-12-72. South Burnie don't seem to be able to make any impression on Yolla at this stage. Probably about halfway through this last quarter. Breakaway there from Neville Hoare. But his kick through for a minor score. Yolla 16-10, 106. South Burnie 10-12-72. 34-point lead.
Come on, drive it into him up instead of bloody just runs up in there.
So with the kick and the 15-metre penalty. Adrian Walker, shocking kick. Could have given him another 15 yards and it wouldn't have done him any good because that one went straight over the line and out of bounds. The kick's taken by Ross Plapp. His kick to Richie Ballinger. Ballinger's kick. Over the top of all players, Kerry Beswick. Beswick a long way down the ground. Free kick against him for holding the ball. From him to Paul Walker. Paul Walker, a big kick up into the air. Punched away by Craig Breakey. South Burnie backline's been under a lot of pressure and they've done quite well. Jake Robertson comes through, weaves his way along the boundary line, kicks towards goal, the mark's taken. No, it's not. It was a point. Yolla move on 16-11. 107. The kick from Grant Wells to the half-back flank, punched away from Craig Breakey and it's over the line and out of bounds. 10-12, 16-11. 35 points in favour of Yolla. Taken by Ricky Tapp. Hand passes. Ooh, came through with the elbow there too, Ricky Tapp. The ball's been forced over the line again. From the throw-in, Doug Frankham gone out of the game a little bit, but with a 35-point lead, I suppose, halfway through the last quarter, I suppose you can't blame him. Taken by Neville Hoare then. His kick has been marked by Kevin Frankham, one of Yolla's better players today. Punched away by Squinter Saltmarsh. He's been a good player for Yolla today too. A big hand pass back to the forward line, but it's taken by Grant Well. His kick to Richie Ballinger. Over the top, the hand pass to Nigel Beswick. Nigel Beswick, a hand pass to Kerry Beswick. Kerry Beswick a long way out of that forward line. His hand pass to Grant Wells, who's a long way out of the back line. And the ball is, there's a stalemate out there on the far wing. The umpire's going to bounce it. Tap away, straight to Graham Hoare. He's kicked to Grant Wells. Grant Wells towards Ross Plapp in the centre of the ground. Plapp has the ball. Gets around Paul Walker easily. Has a bounce. A big kick. This is the furthest South have been on their forward line for quite a long time, and the umpire's paid a mark. Mark Summers will have to go to church tomorrow after being paid that mark. But the umpire's a lot closer, so it was obviously there. Mark Summers comes in. And it's a goal. 11-12, 78. South Burnie, 16-11. Yolla, 107. So about 20 minutes gone in this last quarter.
Anyone got a call?
29-point lead to Yolla. Gary Cross with the ball, fumbling, gets his hand pass out to Nigel Beswick though. Nigel Beswick, a big kick to the forward line. Dennis Ayton, Kerry Beswick on the ball. No free kicks in that close. Umpire's called for the bounce. Down she goes. Mark Summers, big punch forward, and it's tapped through. Good defence by the Yolla. 11-13 South Burnie, 16-11 Yolla. 28-point lead. From the kick out. Yeah, it's a wobbly old kick too. Punched away. Darren Jackson leading in the race for the ball. Dives on it. Scrambly play there. Glenn Jackson in there, I can see, and the umpire's call for the bounce. Well, South Burnie fighting this game out. Dennis Munro. Ball taken from him, kicked off the ground by a Yolla player. Kevin Creedon in front. Then pass over the top to Dennis Munro. Dennis Munro with the ball, has a look. Kicks to Nigel Beswick on his own. Nigel Beswick, his kick right along the boundary line, over the head of all players. Mark Summers with it. And passes to the goal square. Dennis Ayton with the ball, kicks it over his head. What a miraculous goal! Oh, what a beauty! Oh, dear, oh dear. Yeah, we're talking about that one for the rest of the year. Well, South Burnie not being disgraced in this game by any means. South Burnie 12-13, Yolla 16-11. Only 22 points advantage to Yolla at this stage. They still must be favoured to take the game out though. Hand pass over the top goes to Craig Breakey. Breakey's kick. Darren Jackson takes the mark in front of Paul Walker. Goes back. Crowds come back to life again. Very quiet there. Mick Beswick takes the mark. Ricky Tapp tried to play on. Not allowed by the umpire. Mick Beswick kicks it high. Kerry Beswick down on the ground, punched out. Poor kick by that Yolla player. Out towards Buck Taylor. Running well, the Yolla players, and the ball is forced over the line and out of bounds on the half forward line for South Burnie. It would be 25 minutes played in this game, I'd say. Ross Plapp with the ball. Kicks back. Punched away from Dennis Ayton. Adrian Walker gets his kick. Paid up the field. To be taken by Neville Hall. Big kick from Neville Hall. It was a beauty. Dennis, I've said it again, David Robinson. I'm going to have to buy him a beer after the game. I haven't got his name right once. The ball's forced out of bounds on the forward line for Yolla. Taken out of the ruck by Ross Plapp. Back to Buck Taylor though. His kick smothered. Grant Wells tries to grab the ball before it goes over the line, but fails to do so, and there'll be a throw-in. Hand pass from Grant Wells to Dennis Munro. Dennis Munro over the top to Gary Cross. Gary Cross kicks to Neville Gardner. Neville Gardner on his own. Breaks away, turns onto his left foot. Kicks towards half forward. Dennis Ayton takes the mark on his chest, breaks away, and kicks to Kerry Beswick. South Burnie crowd feel they've still got a chance. Kerry Beswick with the ball. Kicks that one right through the middle, and perhaps they do still have a chance. I'll check the score when the scoreboard's updated. But I think there's only about 16 points in this.
Bridgie, don't go away.
Ball back in the centre. I'd be surprised there shouldn't be more than about 5 minutes to play in this game. Yolla get the tap out. It's gone to their forward line. Doug Frankham chasing the ball. Kevin Creedon there. Pressure from South Burnie. South Burnie have come alive again. Neville Gardner with the ball. Tackled, I thought, a little too high. The ball back with Neville Hall. Well, if they don't win it, South Burnie have certainly fought it out and performed very, very well. Punched away by David Robinson. And the ball is out of bounds in the forward pocket for Yolla. The 16-point lead to Yolla. They've got the ball in their attacking zone. It comes out. Saltmarsh with it. Tackled by Butler. Saltmarsh chases. Gets it again and kicks it through for 1 point. 16-12 Yolla, 13-13 South Burnie. Kick marked by Glenn Jackson. Big kick. Nigel Beswick in front, ball punched away. Doug Frankham, hand pass there to Graham Hoare. Graham Hoare, a little chip shot over the top. Not taken by his Yolla teammate. Gary Cross there leading in the race for the ball, unable to pick it up cleanly. Craig Breaky in there, comes out to Yolla. This could be the sealer if that's a goal. Not too sure who kicked that one. Could have been Doug Frankham. We'll have to check that one on the replay, I think. .22 lead to Yolla. Some of the crowd starting to leave. That valuable goal has given them a just on the siren. 22-point victory to Yolla in the 1984 Grand Final. 13-13 South Burnie, 17-12 to Yolla. Sorry, 14-13 to South Burnie. 14-13 to 17-12, and that's it.